What are you chickens doing? Are you back to eating my pumpkin? The chickens have been eating my giant pumpkin. You can even see they've already cut a hole in this thing. You chickens are wicked naughty, you know that? And I'm pretty sure if I don't move my giant pumpkin right now, it's gonna be gone by, I don't know, tomorrow. I mean, it is a giant pumpkin, so maybe not tomorrow, but definitely very soon. I'm also gonna need a tool for this operation. So I know if you guys have seen my recent videos, you are well familiar with my giant pumpkin that I grew and how our town had a contest to see who could grow the biggest pumpkin, and my buddy Alfred actually won the contest, and I didn't win, but we both agreed at the end of the video that what we were gonna do is build a giant trebuchet and try to launch them up here on my cattle pasture. But unfortunately, the problem with that idea is after making the commitment in the video, I did a little bit of research and realized that in order to build a trebuchet,
my kids and I made this trebuchet
that could launch a 250-pound pumpkin or a 550-pound pumpkin in Alfred's case. Like, in order to build a trebuchet that would launch it that far, you would pretty much need to have telephone poles to do it. And so both Alfred and I agreed that that might be a bridge too far for us for this fall. And so rather than let my chickens eat the pumpkin, I decided to bring it up here, and I'm gonna let my hungry herd of Scottish Highland cattle consume it. I've already been feeding them hay this fall, and the whole reason I usually grow pumpkins on my farm is to feed my livestock. And so in today's video, we're gonna be turning this into cattle food. And so yes, that's what I'm gonna be trying to do right now. Ooh, there goes the pumpkin. You can actually see right here, this is the flat side that it grew on. And it's interesting just to see the difference of it. What do you think, Elvis? Are you excited for this? I will admit that ever since I was a little boy, my parents let me stay up late and watch one of those hacky Gallagher specials. I have always wanted to do this. All right, here goes nothing. Oof, wow, would you look at that? That pumpkin is thick. I think one more shot should do it. All right, let's break it up and see what we got. Oh, wow, look at that. I mean, wow, that is so much thicker than a traditional pumpkin. I'm also surprised that there are a significantly fewer amount of seeds compared to your regular pumpkin too. So our town is gonna have another giant pumpkin growing contest next year, and so I wanna try to grab as many of these seeds as I can, and I will use them for next year's pumpkins. I'll probably try to get some other genetics too. Later in this video, I'll show you guys how I wash and clean these pumpkin seeds and get them ready for storage for next year. Right now, this is just what I would consider field collection. I was looking online, you can actually buy these pretty expensively. Should maybe think about selling them at some point. But I think before I can sell them, I gotta have a championship pumpkin. The seeds you guys probably really want to buy are the My Buddy Alfred variety. They're just like all woven into the meat of the pumpkin itself. Gosh, I feel like I should have brought a bigger bag.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
All right, that's a good collection. I guess it's not as few seeds as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, I suppose the truth of the matter is it's such a big pumpkin and it has such big seeds that I still have, I don't know, probably even 100 seeds in this bag here right now. What do you think, Abs? Come here, check it out. What do you think? No, you don't want it? That's okay. What do you say, big baby Elvis? I know you're more interested in this remnants of a hay pile, but do you want to try the pumpkins? Is that a yes or a no? That's looking like a no. Well, it does look like I have a hungry herd over here, so I might as well let them go. I'm actually curious to see if they go for the pumpkin first, the hay first, or the fresh grass first. My guess is gonna be the hay pile first, but I'm curious to see what you guys think, so drop your guess down below in the comments before it starts. And yeah, let's give this a shot. Hey, Kels, come on, Kels, fresh grass, come on. Hey, Kels, come on, Kels, fresh grass, come on. Let's go, girls, come on. Move it or lose it, come on, boss cow, lead the way. Okay, Macho Man, you're in charge. Let's see what you go for. Let's go, girls, come on. So it looks like most of them are going for the hay, but some are splitting off and checking out the pumpkins. What do you think, Meatloaf? Are you going pumpkins or what? All right, so it looks like they're doing a little bit of everything right about now. What We got some going for the pumpkins, some going for the grass, some going for the hay. Now, I have seen the cattle eat plenty of grass and plenty of hay over the years. And so the thing I'm most curious about is what do they do with these giant pumpkins? It seems like the calves are the ones most interested in this. And so we'll let them explore and watch what they do. Curly Sue, are you scratching yourself on my tractor? I see you there, Buttercup. Leave my tractor alone, huh? This is how you guys are gonna get fed this winter. Just keep that in mind. You got that, Meatloaf? So I guess while I've got the tractor up here as well as the pallet forks on the tractor, I might as well take an opportunity to try to turn this right side up and get it out of here. I'll come back later with the side-by-side to tow it. Now, if you guys are wondering how I prepare and store these pumpkin seeds, let me take a moment and show you. All it takes is just like a simple strainer. You can use like kind of like a metal colander. I like this one because it's got a lot of surface area to it. And then you just open up your bag, dump it all out, set a paper towel aside because this is where I'll collect all the good ones that I wash off. Get a little bit of light water going here, because you're going to want to give them a rinse and just washing them off, separating them from the pumpkin guts that they're interwoven with. Just use a little bit of water here and there. Ordinarily, I would just let the water run, but because I'm still like so hyper concerned about drought right now, I don't want to. Like, we've gotten rain in the last couple of days, but I don't know, I still worry. I'd feel pretty stupid if I burned the last of my water at some point this winter by washing pumpkin seeds, so gotta be a little careful. You know, I'm actually getting so many of these seeds, I might try to figure out a way to give some of them away to folks. I don't know. I don't really want to sell them, but I think if I did like some sort of like giveaway, I might do it. If anybody has any ideas for that, let me know down in the comments. Because I won't have enough to give everybody some, and plus it'll cost money to ship them. But it could be fun to just give some of these away and spread them around the country. So I don't know, if you have ideas, let me know. So this stuff will just turn into chicken feed. And then for all the good seeds that I have, I usually like to just take a baking sheet and a piece of parchment, and I'll just spread them out here. You want to get them nice and flat. You don't want them like piled up on top of each other. And now we have all of these pumpkin seeds that we can save for 2026. So we're giving out to friends and various folks out there. You just want to let this sit out and dry in the air for a couple of days, maybe turn them every day or so, a couple times a day. And like probably within like 2 or 3 days, probably 3 days, they'll have enough moisture out that you can start to store them. Don't store them in like a Ziploc bag, store them in a paper bag. The Ziploc bag will trap moisture and that can cause fungal problems. And so yeah, that's how I'm saving my giant pumpkin seeds. Hey, look who's back. What's going on, guys? And Barnacus, what are you doing, man? I know I gotta give you guys more hay this morning, but come on. Good morning, Bluey. Good morning, Bingo. Good morning, Larn. Good morning, Telemachus. And Barnacus, you're just causing problems, bro. Yeah, stay out of there. Ugh. Yeah, see, they've already broken part of the new hay feeder I built for them. I think I'm gonna have to just close off these sides. I put this out here the other day as a way to just test this, like before I like lock in on my design, and I now realize I'm gonna have to make a couple of changes. And so I wanted to put it out here to test it, also to try to figure out what do I actually need for a roof? Like, do I need like a traditional like Gothic arch roof, or can I just build a cover for it? And I think the answer is I can just build a cover for it. It probably needs to be removable, and I'm going to need to close off these sides so Barnacus and the other goats don't end up trying to do what they just did. The only other design tweak I'm considering is actually cutting the legs down so that they're shorter, because as I was watching the girls eat from the hay feeder, it's definitely high for them right now. I mean, I know they're the smallest they'll ever be, but I want to make sure that they can get good access to things. Don't worry, Barnacus, I'm not mad at you. You're just the biggest troublemaker of all the goats, like no question about it. Like Larn is the leader, he's their Mo. Telemachus is the shy, quiet one. And Barnacus is the rowdy troublemaker. Of course, he knows better not to try to start trouble with Toby Dog. And then as it relates to Bluey and Bingo, their personalities are pretty much exactly like the cartoon Bluey and Bingo. Bluey is outgoing and kind of adventurous. Bingo is a little bit more quiet and emo, and her bark is kind of pathetic. And as you can see, the girls also have access to the giant pumpkins and they've been snacking away. I think it could actually be fun to put the Goat Pro on. I've got a slightly different collar to test out today, so let's see how this works. Lauren, don't knock over my camera, please. So as you guys can see here, I have moved the chicken coop inside, but I'm not actually trying to keep anybody in here just yet. It's still so warm. I mean, it's like almost 55 degrees now. I think the high is gonna be 60 today. And as I look out at the 10-day forecast, I don't know, I'm not seeing any temperatures under 32 degrees Fahrenheit. The chickens will go to sleep in here at night, and the ducks and geese will go wherever the heck they wanna go. And so just like I'm not rushing bringing the cattle down the hill, I'm also not rushing trying to bring the birds inside. I'm just letting them do their thing out here. So check this out. I'm really excited about this one. So I went to a local tree nursery yesterday and I've picked up some fresh hazelnut plants as well as some seaberry plants. But the ones I'm most excited about are I've picked up some pawpaws. So pawpaw, if you're not familiar with it, it's like this fruit that it's so hard to describe. It's like very custardy and sweet. It's almost like if you blended a mango and a banana without any of the citrusy notes to it. That's like the closest way I could describe like what a pawpaw fruit tastes like. It's delicious, but it doesn't keep very well and it doesn't travel very well. That's why you don't really see it in stores or for sale anywhere. I've actually never tried to plant pawpaws because they do better in like the mid-Atlantic region of the United States, like historically speaking, from a climate perspective, that's like where the pawpaw sort of came from and where it's thrived. There have been folks who have been trying to develop more cold hardy pawpaws, and so when you combine that with climate change, that's actually making it more viable to try to grow pawpaw in this region. And so this guy named Buzz Ferber, who has this great nursery in I think it's in Barry, Vermont. I stopped by his place yesterday and picked up a bunch of these plants. And by the way, guys, if you're ever looking for a really great nursery in Vermont, particularly central Vermont, you cannot go wrong with a perfect circle. I'll leave a link down below if you're looking for it. Buzz will also ship the plants. I have this plan of trying to establish hazelnuts on the farm. When I originally planted the permaculture orchard, I had set up a hazelnut grove, but because of the placement and some mistakes I made and just the fact that I had too much going on, the deer ultimately decimated it and it kind of died off within like the first year or two. Now that I'm older and wiser, I do plan to try to reestablish that hazelnut grove this fall. But this morning, what I want to do is get these pawpaws into the ground. First, I'm gonna have to brush hog and clean the area where I want to put the trees. Okay, now that I've got this space cleared out, it's time for me to get the best tool I have acquired this year, like by far. Like when I give out awards at the end of the year, this is the best new tool, no doubt about it. The Wild Badger battery operated earth auger. These guys did a sponsored video with me earlier this year and they sent it to me and I have used it for so many different things. It's been awesome. And I'll leave affiliate links down below for where you can get it, but this isn't even a sponsored post. This is just me talking about it because I love this tool and use it so gosh darn much. Allison said she wanted these trees in line with this apple tree right here. So we'll pop it right about here. And there you go, just like that, I have a hole. I've used this for fence posts, I've used it for planting trees and bushes. I used it when I built the goat barn, like, I don't know. I just think for like 250-ish bucks or whatever it is, if it's on sale, it is so worth it. In roughly 5 minutes, I have 1, 2, 3 perfect holes for planting my pawpaw trees. I would argue that the fall, like this time of year specifically, is the best possible time to plant your trees. And the reason I would argue that is because the trees have gone dormant at this point, which is a plus. And the reason that that's good is it means you can move them around with less risk of hurting them. And what'll happen is the moment they're ready to start growing in the springtime, they're already set and situated. If you plant your trees in the spring, which you can do, like I'm not saying you can't, you just don't get that advantage of being perfectly ready for the weather because oftentimes your ground might still be really solid or you're just not sure if it's time. Like all of that stands as question marks. And so that is why I like to plant my trees in the fall. Actually, what's really interesting about this tree specifically, Buzz says he got the genetics from it from an orchardist down in upstate New York by the name of Akiva Silver. Some of you guys might know that Akiva is actually the guy who taught me most of what I know about trees. And he's actually where, when I started the permaculture orchard, I got most of my trees. And so, I don't know, it's kind of cool to have one of Akiva's trees right here. When you're planting trees at first, you don't usually want to amend them with compost or anything, just because people say it encourages them to spread their roots out a little bit more. All right, here goes the last one. Should have brush hogged just a little bit more over in this spot, but it's okay. And do you want to know why it's okay? Because when I plant my trees, I like to use copious amounts of mulch around the tree. That helps prevent grasses from encroaching. It also makes it easier to find the tree. You don't want to like put it up so that like it can rot your trunk of your tree, your little baby tree. But you do want to put a good deal of it around the tree. Let's get you a little bit more. Nice, nice. And I like to give it a healthy dose of water. This is really clay soil down over here, so it'll take a minute to drain. Now we'll do the kiva tree. I think wood chips make the best mulch. That's just my personal opinion. Because they balance breaking down really well, but then also lasting a while and helping suppress those weeds and grasses. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I like to do, just like that. Give this guy a little water. There we go, just like that. That looks nice and ready for winter. One day you're gonna grow strong and tall, my friend. Now we'll give you some water. All right, now that I've got my 3 pawpaw trees planted, let's head back up to the top of the pasture and see how the cattle have done with their giant pumpkin. Beep, beep, chickens. I can already see pumpkin still there, so we'll see if they want it. They have plenty of grass and they have the pumpkin, so I'm not gonna feed them any more hay today. Maybe I'll come back with a bale of hay tomorrow afternoon, so we'll see how they do. I'll report back. What'd you think, Belinda Carlisle? Did you like the pumpkin? Did you even try the pumpkin? Well, it definitely looks like they've eaten some of it. They've also trashed all my cameras. This is why I use these types of cameras, the action cameras, for the rough and tumble situations. Yeah, I mean, they have definitely eaten some. I'm gonna steal some more seeds, actually. Who knows, I might have giant pumpkins just popping up in this pasture next year. There you go, that's pretty cool. Hey, Macho Man, can I interest you in this chunk of pumpkin? Is that a yes or a no? You're not like full on rejecting it, but you're also not going for it. You know, Macho Man's one of the ones most likely to eat right out of my hand, so I was hoping he'd have a response. What about you, Sly? You want to try it? Okay, that's a hard no. We've got Baby B munching some of the grass down here. Baby B, you want to try this pumpkin? You love treats from me. That also seems like a hard pass. She's like, nope, I don't want it. I just don't want it. I've definitely fed my cattle pumpkins in the past. I don't know if they maybe just don't like the taste of the giant pumpkins because there is like a slightly different texture than traditional pumpkin, but I don't know. I guess Macho Man is back and he's still exploring it. Maybe he will like this pumpkin eventually. I bet you it's gone in a couple of days. So I don't know, we'll have to see how much more progress we make over the next few days. And yeah, if you keep watching our videos, you will be updated on this progress and see if the cattle do ultimately consume this giant pumpkin or if it just rots out here and becomes deer fodder or something else. But thanks for watching, everybody.